News Extra is brought to you by Gering Civic Center. And here's Kevin Mooney.
Thank you, Dennis. Good morning, everyone. Very pleased today to have folks from the North Platte NRD here, John Berge and Dave Wolf, and we got a couple, three topics we want to talk about. John is here as the executive director to discuss some legislation that is on his mind, and unfortunately the legislature is not acting quickly on this, and so he's going to kind of push you to maybe call your senators and help him out. This involves LB 98 and involves some levy authority that the NRD has. It's very crucial to them, right, John?
It is. Thanks for having us, Kevin. We have a designation of an over-appropriated district here in the North Platte NRD, like many across the state. And over and fully appropriated districts were given a special levy authority 6 or 8 years ago that allowed them to raise the levy 3 cents above their levy limit. Our levy limit is currently 4.5 cents. This 3 cents would give us 7.5 cents that we have available to us as levy authority. Now, keep in mind, all of our budgetary decisions are local decisions made by a locally elected board of directors. So this is local control at its best. Our levy over the course of the past 4 years that I've been at the NRD has ranged anywhere from about 4.5 cents to right now to 6.3 cents. We've never used the entirety of that levy authority, but we like to have it available to us because it gives us some additional buying power as it relates to meeting some of the mandates from LB 962.
So LB 962, those are state mandates that probably you're taking care of with this extra levy authority, right?
That's correct. LB 962 was a state law that was passed in 2004 that requires us under this first increment of our integrated management plan to return 8,000 acre feet of water back to the river annually. The second increment of that, which is being worked on right now, could be as much as 30 or 40,000 acre feet of water back to the river annually. We do that largely through incentives. We have regulated. We are very progressive regulators, as our landowners will tell you, but we think that we're getting to the point where we're going to meet diminishing returns on regulation. You take away this budget authority that we have, and that takes away some of the incentives that we can provide, which requires us to then seek additional revenues, either through an occupation tax or something like that, or it would require us to regulate even more, drill down those screws even more. I don't think our landowners deserve that. I think with a state mandate, they need to provide our locally elected board of directors the authority to get this job done.
Yeah. Right now you're using on this budget authority, this 3 cent budget authority, you have $1.4 million you could use. You're using half of that, right?
That's right. And, it ebbs and flows depending on the needs of the district. This particular year, we're spending a tremendous amount of money on incentives, trying to get our water use as efficient as possible. We've been very successful at that. Last year, for example, if you look at our analysis, we returned about 16,500 acre feet of water back to the river. That fluctuates year to year based on precipitation and other factors, but our landowners have been very responsive to our management requirements. They have been very eager in seeking some of those funds that are available to us. And this levy authority is supplemental, but it's supplemental to other funds that we receive either through state and federal grants. But just to give you an example, we're going to be missing about 18% of our cost share dollars this next year because of state budget issues. We'll likely be missing some of those federal dollars that we have come to enjoy over the past couple of years, at least the opportunity to seek those funds because we've got federal budget issues. And I recognize all budgets are tight. Our budget is tight. But to take away that authority from our locally elected board, I think is short-sighted.
This would extend that authority from 2018 to 2026. So would you have one more opportunity in the next session if it doesn't pass this one?
Yeah,
to get this done.
Yes, Senator Friesen, who sponsored this legislation, I think rightfully wanted to get this out there this year, so that in the event that it looked like it was going to fail NRDs would still have a year to make some plans so that they could make some funding decisions for future funding years. I anticipate that they're still going to bring this up next session, but I think that the signal would be, if this were to fail this year, that it would likely fail in the next session as well. We're hoping that it gets back to the floor. There's been a lot of work behind the scenes. Our local state senator, John Stenner, has been a part of that. Others have as well. But I would encourage your listeners to reach out to their state senators and encourage them to support this legislation.
All right, very good. We'll talk to Dave Wolf about some other issues, other things going on right after this.
Talk about experience. The Gearing Civic Center has hosted over 1 million satisfied attendees in its 23-year history. We are going the extra mile every day to ensure every event goes off without a hitch. Ask anyone that has hosted an event at the Gearing Civic Center, and they will tell you that our staff goes the extra mile to meet their needs. We are professional hosts who make sure everything is taken care of. Call 436-6888 or visit GearingCivicCenter.com and like us on Facebook.
We're back on News Extra. We have John Berge and Dave Wolf here. John just recently here, just in the last few minutes, talked about LB 98. Billy wants you to help him out with a little bit. Call your state senators. Tell them to approve that measure. That would expend some special levy authority for fully and over-appropriated NRDs from 2018 to 2026. This is not a property tax increase. It's simply authority they currently have. All they're asking for is authority to continue with what they're doing right now. Dave Wolf is here to discuss. You've got a couple of things. The 2017 Nebraska State Envirothon. That's up at Wildcat Hills Nature Center here in about 2 days.
Yeah, we're really excited to host the State Envirothon contest this year. 2015, we hosted both land judging and range judging, the state contest here, and had an excellent turnout. We had excellent reviews. People really liked, even from the eastern part of the state, really liked our contest, so we're excited to do the final or the third state-wide high school environment or national resource contest. So.
All right. So what do the kids do here? There's about 100 of them, right?
Yeah, I think it's around 100 kids. We've got about 16 teams of 4 that come up, and they do they participate in various topics. So they'll have a forestry topic, a soil topic, land, which is soil, range, aquatics, policy. They'll have a special topic where they have to come and present. So it's really hands-on. They get out. We'll have volunteers from all over the state, professionals in those fields, which I think is important. They come up and kind of help the kids and kind of go from there. But we're really excited again to host it.
All right, that's on Wednesday up at the Wildcat Hills Nature Center. The other thing we want to talk about is if you have students in schools around here, you're going to see Dave a lot in the next month or two, because you're doing a lot of Earth Day and Arbor Day presentations.
Yeah, we
right?
started this 3 years ago, and I had a pretty good response. I had about 1,200 kids, 1,300 kids, about 78 classes. Last year it kind of dipped down, but this year we're going to visit over 2,700 students, 142 different classrooms, and about 60 or so different presentations. Some of those classes will be lumped together, but all across the district. We're really excited to be able to just talk about the human impacts on nature and what we can do to kind of slow those down.
Yeah, just educate the students a little bit about what they can do, right?
Yep, absolutely.
All right, very good. Well, good luck with that. 2,700 students. You're going to be a busy guy.
Yep, I don't know if I'll be able to talk in about a month, but
that's all right.
We'll see.
That might be a good thing.
That's right.
All right. All right, very good. We appreciate John Berge and Dave Wolf being here today from the North Platte NRD.